Um, I'm going to talk to you about our product PlanHound, what it is, what it does, and so on. Do I have a slide changer or something? Cool. Let me give you a context, a little bit of context on what PlanHound is based on, and then we'll get to the product itself. Getting a mobile plan is really easy. All of us have a mobile phone, right? Getting a plan is really, really simple. But getting the right one can be difficult and is difficult. Let's see how. Why would it be difficult? I mean, the calls are so cheap. 1 paise a second, half a rupee, 1 rupee a minute, and so on. Well, that's what we thought until we were hit by a huge mobile bill. And we thought that's not true because I was in the US, I was paying $90 a month. Once I moved back, my bills hit more than $90. And we had to manually iterate a number of times to get it right. And hence it can be difficult. Let's look at an example. This is a mobile bill of a Delhi-based user who had a bill of 1.62 lakhs just because he didn't have the right mobile plan. He overused on his 3G data that gave him that huge bill. He got burned. Let's look at the next example, next use case. We had a couple of employees, interns who moved from, say, Goa to Chennai, Pune to Chennai, and so on. So they were hit by two problems. One, if they used the Pune or the Goa number, they were paying roaming on all calls made and received, right? Or if you're traveling for business, then every call you make is roaming. I mean, if you're traveling for a couple of weeks, couple of days, right? That can contribute to a huge mobile bill. And in both of those cases, our employees got burnt on the bills. Let's take the third use case. This happened to me, my partner, and a couple of my friends. We came back from the US, got engaged. We had a 6-month engagement period, and it happened that we received huge mobile bills. You obviously know why. We got burned as well. Right? We could have saved it if we went for the right plan. If I was working the whole day and talking only the evenings, weekends, and nights, I would have got a weekend plan that would serve me calling rates at 1 rupee at 30 minutes. I would have really saved a lot of money. So let's try to find a good plan. We've given a few use cases. They're not it. There are many more. But just to give you a little context, I gave it 3 use cases. Now, as you look at more examples, let's try to find a plan for you. There are about 12 odd operators in each circle you are in. Each operator has got prepaid plan, postpaid plan, pay-per-second plan, pay-per-minute plan, and a number of top-ups or the rate cutters to add on based on the services used. BlackBerry, 3G, 2G, STD, in-network calls, and so on. And what does that count to? More than 1 million combinations. It can be humanly difficult to choose the right one, and even if you choose the right one, you wouldn't know if that's the perfect one for you. Well, that's where we come in, right? So to find a good plan, you would need to know how many minutes you use. It so happens that 95% of the market in India is the prepaid market, who do not get a monthly mobile bill. So they don't know what the usage is, right? More so, they don't know if they want to know how many STD in-network mobile calls they made, they wouldn't know, right? And if they don't know, they can get a pack and they'll get burned. All they know is how much money they've spent on recharges. So that's where we come in. Our PlanHound app comes in. Let us help you do that. The app, as soon as you download, make a few settings, like the operator you're with, the region you're in, and within a click of your, configuration settings, we let you know how many calls you've made, how many SMSs you've sent, how many calls are made on roaming, how much data you used, right? We put it to the Indian context. We tell you how many calls were in-network calls, out-network calls, local, STD, national, or, local, national, mobile, or landline. Because you can be charged differently for each one of them. If you made a lot of STD in-network mobile calls, there's a rate cutter right for you. So on the left, you can see, you can choose the category you want to search the right plan on. If I use a lot of STD, I can choose that category, and I can find the right rate cutter within the same operator I am. Right? To add more features, you can customize to see how many minutes you used in the time frame, in the first week, last week. Like last 1 month, and so on. And it'll suggest the right plan right on your phone instantly. The app is completely free and available on the Android market. We would have the same available on BlackBerry, the J2ME phones soon enough. Now we apply this logic to ourselves, dog fooding, as you said. We, our employees, our partners, our friends, we've been able to save up to 50% on a mobile bill. We have a prepaid connection. This is how we've used it for ourselves. We have a prepaid connection. We monitor our data usage using the app, and based on how our usage has varied, we found the best plan and activated it, thus saving us money instantly. And this whole engine of plan recommendation is powered by Comparify.com. It compares mobile plans, data card plans, tablet plans. We're coming up with comparison of DTH plans, broadband plans, landline plans, so on. DTH, the same problem exists. You have a few operators, and you watch a few channels, you don't know which is the right combination for you. And yeah, that's what PlanHound is. It's powered by Comparify.com. Any questions I'm willing to take?
Thank you very much. Do we have another microphone maybe that you can use so that we can have more of a dialogue than just a talk? So if the app is for free, who pays your salary?
So currently we're pre-revenue, and I'm on.
You have what?
Pre-revenue.
Pre-revenue.
We focus on the app so far. We're just a year and a half old. Our revenue strategy is along the lines of selling the services we compare. So we compare mobile plans, data card plans, tablet plans, DTH plans. Our idea is to sell the services in one form or the other. So we currently sell recharges online. That's our revenue source. We plan to sell the special recharge vouchers, which is activating those plans that we recommended to you, and selling new connection leads. Those are our primary revenue sources. There are more in the pipeline along the lines of.
Do you need the cooperation of mobile providers for that?
Yes, eventually.
Okay, so that's still in the offering.
Sorry, come again?
You're still planning to do this?
So currently we have tied up with an aggregator who helps us do this.
Okay.
To increase the margins and more of the good user experience, we go direct to the operator one after the other.
Okay, very good. Any questions for the mobile PlanHound? Yes, please.
So this app works both prepaid and postpaid. Postpaid users get a monthly bill, so they know the usage, right? So if they had this, they would know the usage of the phone, which means they don't have to fiddle with the mobile bills. It is a great win for prepaid users because so it serves as a good billing utility, if not anything else.
Thanks, Peter, and thanks, Ankit. Ankit, I just had a query in my mind. It was like a vague dichotomy. The dichotomy being that in prepaid, you top up yourself, which means when you're topping up, generally means even for a high-end user, a top-up voucher size is around $1,000 in India, which is just a shade under $20, right? Now, when you have that kind of control fundamentally, right, why would a user in general then go for this kind of app? Because you will come to know on every recharge if you are burning stuff fast enough or not. This is reference to that, $2,500 bill that you showed of a person getting burned up. So what I just want to understand is what is precisely the DG of such an app, and what would be the market size approximately?
Sure. So to put it in the as I understand, you want to know how this serves well in the prepaid context.
Absolutely.
So I can recharge for 1,000 rupees every month and spend that 1,000 rupees, right? But the idea is, if I am on a bad plan, I can spend ₹1.50 for each call I make, or if I get the right plan, I can just spend 30 paise. So that's a huge difference. I don't need to recharge for $1,000. I can probably meet the same requirement in $300. As long as I know how much I'm spending, $1,000. If I knew where I'm spending $1,000, say STD in-network mobile calls is where I make all my calls, I can get a rate cutter in that category to save 70% cost.
Absolutely.
So that's where it helps even for prepaid users.